podcasting from Northwest Pennsylvania. You're listening to the GenXtra podcast, a show about Generation X, movies, technology, weird news, and anything else they feel like. Join them every Monday morning. Now, here's your hosts, Dave and Joe.
All right, welcome back to another episode, all you little Xers out there.
That's right.
Joining us for another episode of the GenXtra podcast. Welcome. So, all right, Joe.
What do we got?
How you been?
What do we got? Well, I've been well. I'm wearing a new long sleeve shirt.
Okay.
That I bought by myself.
Oh, did you?
This weekend? Yeah.
Where'd you get it from?
Because, well, I went to Old Navy. Because, well, it's unfortunately there's, with all of like the recent changes to the economics and consumer trends and everything like that. It's no surprise that a lot of stores have closed, right? We used to have a I think it was like a Gap outlet here in my hometown. It's now gone. We used to have a couple other major name brand stores that have either converted themselves to outlet versions of their stores, which outlet versions are typically cheaper, and they just they're not as they're not as up to date as like the main chain stores. So if you go to Gap outlet or something like that,
did you shop
it's a little
at
bit
Gap?
different.
You personally, you went and bought your clothes at Gap? I didn't even know. I thought they just sold
Old
like
Navy
girls'
/ Gap. It's basically the same company.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I have been to like Old Navy, and I feel like I've gotten a couple shirts there over the years.
They had almost identical stuff. It's just that the difference between Old Navy and Gap was that like they're a slightly different cost line for the company.
What's the one store that you walk by? It always smells like cologne. It has like male model, mannequins in the window. Was it Abercrombie?
Well, for the longest time that was Abercrombie and Fitch. But interesting story there. They've been getting their butts kicked in the market. What was once a hyper trendy store when we were like in high school,
not so much anymore.
No, their expense has finally caught up to them, especially in the age of online shopping. So they have not been doing well either.
Yeah, they are, or they at least were. I haven't been there in so long. I'm not even sure if I've ever bought something from there.
I don't think I have.
They were expensive, and I'm willing. Like, I'll spend money on certain things. I'm not afraid to drop money on like a piece of hardware for my computer, but I have a really difficult time spending any substantial amount of money on clothes. Personally, like a pair of jeans for like $100. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I just
tough
can't.
When you realize where that $100 could go.
Yeah, like max like $30 for a pair of pants for me. Like that's it. Because I'll ruin them. Like I'm not easy on my clothes. Shirts too, man. Like I go in there, those shirts for like $40-$50. I'm like, get out of your mind. Like $10.
I think that's been part of the big problem the last several years is that those stores didn't change the way that they marketed. They didn't really change their pricing. And the end of the 90s, the end of the beginning of the early 2000s, that trend finally, for lack of a better term, died. And people became much more shopping conscious the last basically 5 to 7 years. So a lot of those stores in Erie what we have in Erie is a direct result of that. They've either been shutting down, changing, or completely reformatting their prices. Yeah,
I wonder if like just the general outlook on fashion in general, because like when we were growing up too, like it was nothing for someone to go to like Goodwill or like the Salvation Army, and we talked about this before, like buy like a gas station attendant shirt with somebody else's name on it. Like, and that was fine. Like our people, our group of friends, a lot of people in high school, they weren't, into that then. Like it was, I feel like sometimes being frugal or, just having like not inexpensive clothes from like Kmart, but no offense to Kmart, but it wasn't really like looked down upon. So nothing ever really drove me to necessarily want it that much. So
I think there were, no, I get your point. I think there were two trends specifically when we were in high school. Like everything in the 90s, everything was extreme, right?
Yeah.
You had the trend where you spent nothing on your clothes in the 90s, right? Like you said, there was actually that grunge and that kind of rebellious trend to go to Goodwill.
Yeah, shittier the better.
And right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that is just like, it feels like yesterday to me. And at the same time, there was the polar opposite of that, where it was $80 jeans, $50 shirt, right? The store that has the mannequins out front and smells like cologne,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was two extremes. In fact, and I don't mind mentioning it, like it doesn't matter to me anymore. In high school, if you were kind of caught in between there, you were kind of actually the worst off, right? I mean,
yeah, you did need to be at one end or the other.
Yeah. If you kind of like ended up in the middle, you could possibly, I don't.
The middle would be
point, but
Bon-Ton clothes, Kmart clothes. Like that was like the middle ground. And if people knew the designs of the shirts and stuff that existed in those stores, and you were wearing them, you were the middle ground person. Yeah, you needed to wear garbage or the best. Funny.
And I think that was, I remember being younger and being caught in that middle ground several times, and people will call you out on it. And that's a whole episode in and of itself. But
did you see that Champion? Remember Champion was like a Kmart brand at one point, remember? Or no, I'm sorry.
They were like a,
No, they were, for some reason Champion was cool. It was like in the sports stores.
You could find it anywhere though. The thing about Champion was they sold to almost everybody.
Yeah, and it was still acceptable then. Like it was fine. You could wear a Champion sweatshirt and it was cool, it was fine. Now Champion has gone downhill as far as their status in the younger community. They are now like the cheapo brand. Like people don't wear them anymore. Did you know?
Not entirely surprising to me, because I know just with younger kids in the house, I know what stuff that, at least with my daughter, what kind of stuff they're looking at. And I've been around some of the more recent brands that are on the market now. Not entirely surprising to hear that, because I'm even trying to think of the last time that I even looked at a Champion anything.
Yeah, I'm
right. I can't even recall it at this point.
I feel like I had a Champion sweatshirt. I think I did.
A lot of people did.
Yeah. Like the big, big Champion, or is it the big Champion across the front, or like the little, across like it was like 3 inches long.
They did a lot of coats and stuff too, if you remember. I am very confident that I had a Pittsburgh Penguins Champion coat.
I think I remember that actually.
When we were younger. Was
it like a windbreaker? No, it was the winter one.
It was a winter one.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a full-on winter Pittsburgh Penguins Champion coat. I'm not even sure I don't know if you could get that anymore.
I doubt it. Yeah, it's going to be Nike or, whatever the other main brands are.
Right.
Under Armour.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't actually plan on talking about any of that, so.
Well, hey, there you go. This fashion trends with Dave and Joe.
Oh my God. Yeah. So we should probably mention here what we are going to do this show. I have a few stories to kind of start out with, nothing, just random stuff. So, prepare for that. But the meat of the show is you found some trends from 10 years ago. See what was trending, back in 2013.
2013.
These are always interesting to me because I forget about some of these things that were, in the news or whatever it may be, or what people just were searching for or looking for.
Only 10 years back now. Our trends timeline is catching up with real life today.
Yeah. And also you found a list of most popular Halloween costumes from Amazon.
Yep. We're going to be looking at Amazon's best sellers.
Yeah, the best sellers. Yeah. And then we're going to finish up with are you dumber than an 8th grader this week? Which I want to make one quick note about that.
Yeah,
we've been cheating a little bit as far, not on the answers, but finding the questions using ChatGPT. ChatGPT has a fault. It doesn't understand, I believe, what the difference in grade questions should be, because we talked about it before the show, and you're finding the same issues I am. And I'm like, find me 10, quiz questions, for an 8th grader. And dude, they're just repeating things from kindergarten through 8th grade.
Well, there seems to be a problem as the classes have as the grade has gotten higher, the questions have gotten. It was clear it was working when the grade was lower. 2nd grade, third grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. It was working, but it's trailing off.
I feel like what it's doing is it's expanding its questions from 8th grade all the way down to kindergarten. Like it's just broadening the search now for some reason.
There's something happening in the black box essentially that is the way that it formulates its answers.
Yeah,
and
so I had to go about it a little differently this time.
Yeah, we did, and I had to do the same. So when we actually get to our 8th grade questions, I kind of had to double and triple check some of the stuff to make sure it was actually age appropriate.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if mine are, but it would be close.
There you go.
So yeah, stay tuned for the end of the show for that. So all right, so a couple of the things I want to talk about before we get rolling here and the rest of it is the anti-hangover patch. Have you heard of this thing, Joe?
Only from just rumor mill. Somebody said they thought they saw something. I haven't seen anything official on it.
Oh no, they're real, man. They're all over. Like people are using them all the time.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you can jump on Amazon, just look up, anti-hangover patch or,
I'm going to do that while you're talking about
the hangover patch. Obviously from the name of it, you stick it on yourself somewhere on your skin prior to drinking, and it's supposed to eliminate or alleviate the hangover that you experience the next day.
Okay.
I have a problem with it.
Okay, shoot.
I'll tell you my problem. I'll see if you agree or disagree.
All right.
The anti-hangover patch for me it's cheating the hangover. So no one likes to get a hangover, right?
Right.
It sucks. And to take away it, assuming this even works, to take that hangover away, which would allow you to have no fear of the amount of alcohol you drink or the combinations of alcohol you drink, no repercussions for such acts. I think that the hangover is your body's way of saying you drank too much. Like it hurts.
Yeah.
And I need to have that fear in me and respect like the amount of alcohol that I know I can consume without feeling like crap the next day. And or the mixtures of different drinks, and not feel like shit. Because without the repercussions, in my opinion, it is like a recipe for disaster.
So but here's my thing though, is
Go ahead.
that really necessary? Is that really necessary?
My answers or the anti-hangover patch? No,
the repercussions. Like, let's pretend.
Oh, you're saying like, so you're not totally agreeing with my outlook on this.
I don't know. Let's pretend for just for the sake of the argument, what would happen then if, let's follow this logically out here. What would happen if the hangover doesn't matter how much you drink. Maybe you just don't get that sick anymore, right? Let's just pretend different planet, different universe, right? You just don't get that sick, or the hangover is minor, or you feel like, oh man, I feel a little weird today, but you don't have a hangover. Does that change anything?
Yeah, it means I did okay. Like, it means I didn't do that bad. I'm just saying, like, if you drink enough, and you wake up with a hangover, that's a physical reaction in your body to the amount of alcohol you pump through it. And if you have zero repercussions, like I feel like it permits you to drink more than you probably should. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's cheating to me. I could be totally wrong. I mean, I
don't think it's right. I don't think you're wrong.
I'll clarify. I hate hangovers. I hate them with a passion.
I hate them too.
You got to fix them the next day. You're drinking.
They're so worse now.
Yeah. Now you could obviously taking Advil or something the next day. That's also, you're eliminating the hangover on the post side of things. So I don't know. It seems kind of odd to me that these even exist. I get why they exist, but I'd rather deal with it later and nurse myself back to health after, a hard night of drinking.
So let's just get to does this stuff, have you used one of these yet?
I tried one once and it fell off of me. So I don't think it actually like affected me at all. But
so I don't even know where to start with this stuff because I've never tried one. I think we need some input on this. Like, we need some feedback on if these things actually work. All the Amazon reviews on this stuff are all like 5 out of 5 stars. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, really?
You're going to try one?
Well, I totally want to try one now.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll experiment one night and we'll get absolutely blasted, and we'll see if we wake up without a hangover and see how we feel about it the next day.
Because I don't know if I'm qualified to actually even have an opinion on this until I actually try one. And you said yours fell off, so you have absolutely.
I don't think I ever my wife had them one time. She's like, "Here, put one on." I'm like, "Okay." So I did, but it fell off my arm, and I don't think it actually worked. I didn't have a hangover anyways. I don't usually get them, because I know how to drink in moderation to where I'm not going to get hungover. But like I said, yes, the effects of not having one are going to be spectacular, and you're going to feel, again, assuming this works, you're going to feel great the next day. No hangover. This is amazing. Let's drink again. But if you didn't have the patch and you felt hungover, you're not going to drink again because your body needs to recover. So I don't know. I'm torn.
I would. Okay. So I think in a world where I don't have to have a hangover or these things work, which I'm not saying they work. I am very, very skeptical at this moment.
Yeah.
But in a world where these things actually work, I'm going to stock up.
Yeah, man. I mean, maybe buy some, see what you think, because, with having, little ones run around your house, sometimes it would be, I guess, nice to wake up from, drinking the night before and not have the kids terrorizing you as you're trying to, nurse your hangover.
I'm trying to find out what they're actually made out of, right? That's what really, like, because to stop you from having a hangover, you have to you have to neutralize the toxins, essentially, for lack of a better term, while they're in you, while the stuff is filtering through your body.
Yeah. I mean, I think generally a hangover, hangovers are bad, but when they say hair of the dog to bit you, that'll cure you. Because I've heard some people say that, what do you call it? A hangover is your body's reaction to alcohol as far as you became addicted to it. Your body did momentarily. Your body wants more alcohol. So it hurts. And that's why hair of the dog apparently helps you. I've never done that. I can't stomach myself to I
can't either. Can't.
Drink a whiskey or a beer or something Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we should do some more research into it.
So while we're doing this research though, okay, so we're getting into a whole new discussion here. Did you know there's actually anti-hangover pills as well too?
Oh, really?
I think they're similar to the patches, but people have tried them. And I'm looking at an independent study from wired.com where they took some of these pills. There's various companies that make these things, and they tried them before a heavy night of drinking. It just says that they work to some degree. They're reporting that they work to some degree, and I'm still skeptical. But there does seem to be something of a legitimate, I don't know if solution is the right word, but there does seem to be a legitimate product here, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Try it out, man.
We are okay. So
I'll have you down sometime. We'll play some pool, get shit hammered, and
I think for the good of our listeners, we need to try this. And this is science. This is not just.
It's for the show.
It's for the show. This is science, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll give it a whirl. So all right, let's keep moving on here. I have a couple more things I want to talk about real quick, and then we'll hit the rest of the show. This one will be quick. I mentioned the Winnie the Pooh movie I think it was last episode.
Yeah.
Something happened recently. Matter of fact, it happened right here in Northwest Pennsylvania. There was a teacher who somehow didn't. I don't know exactly how this happened, but they queued up a movie for fourth graders, and it was the wrong Winnie the Pooh movie. So they were having movie day in the classroom. He fired up Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and I guess it didn't say in the article how long he let it play, but from the sounds of it, he must have hit play and walked out of the room, because they saw the movie. So
this is how? I just don't understand how this happens.
Yeah, he couldn't have looked at it from the title, from the artwork. I don't know. It's so confusing to me to how this mistake could be made. Because from the title itself, even if you just read it, it doesn't sound good. Right.
Why would you? Right. That's what I'm thinking. Why would you turn it on?
Yeah. Now, let's just say that he was looking up like Winnie the Pooh, and that was also on the list, and perhaps he just clicked the wrong one.
Right. Maybe just brought up the first thing that came up.
Yeah, but he played a horror movie. I explained a bit of it last time to a bunch of fourth graders, and there's gore, nudity, violence, like it's all bad, and I feel really terrible that these poor kids sat through this and watched it.
Apparently, it got turned off pretty quickly, though.
Oh, it did? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
well,
I guess it was on for about at least of the version of the article I'm looking at says it was like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, that's still pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, I know you've seen it.
Yeah.
Like, is 20 minutes bad enough?
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, it was. There was a lot of bad things that happened in the first 20 minutes. So
unbelievable, though. Still, that it was turned. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see how you make that mistake, especially with the title.
Yeah, I mean, they're like what 9 and 10-year-olds. Kids are different nowadays than even we were at that age. Not saying they can handle it, but maybe a little better than perhaps we could have at that age.
Yeah.
With the with the internet and everything they probably have access to. So I don't know, but there you go. Thought it was funny to mention that somebody got the movies mixed up.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
My bad.
But I almost feel like with enough time, right, and enough infinite time, the mistake was eventually, like something like that, the mistake was eventually going to happen.
Yeah. Can you imagine the teacher too, like hits play, walks out of the room.
Yeah.
He's probably down like the teacher's lounge, and he's like, oh, he's like, what are your kids doing? He's like, oh, I got a Winnie the Pooh movie on for him. He was like, it's fine. They're all good. They got snacks.
He hears screaming coming from the room, right?
Like, wow, it sounds like they're really enjoying it down there. Oh yeah, it's a good one. Like, which one was it?
They love Winnie the Pooh.
Something about blood and honey. Like, what? No, not that one.
Or no, the person's going, you didn't pick like the one at the top of the list, right? Like, why? Why? Yeah. What? It just said Winnie the Pooh and it said ... I didn't. Was there something about the one at the top of the list? And he's like, Mother of God.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
And they're just running down the hallway. No.
Yeah. All right. Way to go, teacher.
Yeah. Well done. So, all right. Last thing I want to talk about that I saw. I see this every so often. I can't remember if we ever really talked about it much. It pops up on like social media, and it directly, about Pennsylvania, and it says, how to speak Pennsylvanian, and it's like a list of photos that they have together about, I guess different words that we say differently than everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't love this list. I'm just gonna say
no.
Now,
you don't love it because you don't think it's accurate, or do you think it's or some other reason?
The ones that are accurate are relatively accurate. But the ones that aren't are just such a far stretch. Like they're just trying to make up shit at that point, in my opinion. Okay. So I'm going to go down. We can go through some of these here.
Yeah,
so,
I like some of these might be interesting to talk about.
Yeah. So the first one on here is realtor. Show somebody like shaking hands with somebody selling their house. Yeah. But anyway, they spell it realiter, REALITTER, realtor.
Yeah, realtor. I think a lot of people, I don't know if that's just a Pennsylvanian thing where people say realtor.
What would you say other than that?
Realtor.
Oh, realtor.
Like almost like take the I out.
Oh, realtor.
Right? Like, realtor. Yeah. Now.
Okay. All right. I give that one a check.
I am actually confident that at some point in my life, I probably said the realtor. Right.
But, that's how I say it. Yeah. Okay. So that one's got to pass. That's how I say it.
Okay. So you are full on. Like you're like, it's a realtor.
It's a realtor. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So maybe we are speaking Pennsylvanian here.
Okay. They got me on that one. Okay. All right. So the next one is, it just shows a highlighted Pennsylvania state. And it says we pronounce, I don't understand this, is PA. And we pronounce it PA, like PE.
Well, it's because what this is in reference to is the fact that for some reason, and this really is a cultural phenomenon in Pennsylvania,
we all call it by its initials.
PA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody, it's not like you go to Ohio and they're like, oh, welcome to OH, right? But you could perfectly get away in Pennsylvania. It's perfectly normal to say, hey, welcome to PA. Or
yeah, that is true. I mean,
what state do you live in? PA.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any other states that say like, oh, we're from, TN or,
I don't know. I doubt Florida says FL. I don't think people in California go CA.
Maybe they do.
I don't think they do.
I feel like California might do it. No, they probably say California. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess. Damn it. Okay, they got me on that one too. I guess we all do that.
2 out of 2 so far.
Yeah. All right. Next one is bagels.
Bagels.
They spell this one BEG hyphen ULS. Bagels.
Bagels.
That's a stretch for me.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think. Is there?
It sounds the same. Bagels.
Is there something wrong
No,
here?
that's what I'm saying. Some of these are just dumb.
What else would they be referring? Like, what would they say the correct pronunciation is?
It's a photo of a bagel, but do we put more emphasis on the E instead of like, is it bagels and we say bagels?
Bagels? Yeah, is that what they're getting at? I see what you're saying. I don't understand the problem here.
Bagels.
Bagels. I think that's what they're getting at. I think they're trying to say that Pennsylvanians
right
put a lot of emphasis
on the E instead of the bay part. Maybe I don't know.
Or on the end. I'm sorry. They changed the end into bagels. Bagels. I don't know. I don't get this one.
I don't like that.
I don't get it.
That's a stretch.
Nope. Moving on.
Next one is a big picture of a pizza and it says, "Did you eat yet?" equals Jeet. JEET.
Yeah.
Jeet.
Yeah.
Yet?
Jeet.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I've guilty. Jeet yet?
Jeet yet? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I've definitely done the Jeet. Yeah. Jeet yet.
All right. Next one is Aldi. This is a controversy in our house, and I've gotten better about it because we had a discussion a long time ago about Aldi versus Aldi's. Their one they have listed here is all-Ds.
Yeah, Aldi's. Aldi's.
The difference is it plural or not plural? Because a lot of people call it Aldi's,
right.
Apostrophe
which
S.
It's not.
It's not, but I say it still, and I try and correct myself when I'm talking about it, and I will start to say Aldi now, because I feel like I've gotten some backlash from people about it.
Well, right, because you said, like where did you get these? Or
Aldi's.
like, how did you get this so cheap? Yeah, I went down to Aldi's.
Would you say Walmart's or, Sheetses? I've heard people say Sheetses. That one bugs me.
Yeah, actually, I have heard that one too. But yeah, Aldi's, and I'm guilty. I, like you, have tried to actually say the company name properly, but I'm pretty sure for the last 20 years, I have said Aldi's multiple times.
Yeah, I'm going to skip through a few of these to kind of keep moving here. But this next one is ginger. Oh my God, I think I do this too. Ginger ale. Oh, I do it.
Yeah, right. I mean,
it's ginger ale, and I'll say ginger ale. Like I'll continue that R into the next section of it.
Here's the thing, though. If you were to ask anybody in any other state to say
ginger ale,
just say ginger ale, it just rolls.
It does roll.
I think it's one of those things that rolls off the tongue because the R sound kind of slips into the ale sound very easily.
Yeah. Let me say it again. Ginger ale. Ginger. See, I don't think I do it. I think this is incorrect. I think it's just an exaggeration of how you say it. Yeah. It's just ginger. And then you just say ale. So yeah, like you said, it slides into that A. So I call BS on that one.
Here's the thing. You have to consciously stop
the R and then restart the next R.
Say, yeah. Can you go pick me up a pack of ginger ale?
Yeah. Or if you were to say it like they're trying to describe it here, which is ginger-rail, you'd have to say, can you grab me some ginger rail?
Yeah, so this is another one of those that I think, sure, it's funny to think about, but I'm not sure this is Pennsylvanian.
No, that's just how you say it. Another one on here is it shows a picture of a creek, a stream, and they have it called a crick.
Yeah, the crick. This is classic Pennsylvania.
Yeah, classic. I've had this discussion before with people, and people say, you say crick or you say creek, and I always say it depends on if I'm using the first name of whatever creek it is.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah, so if I'm saying like...
give a classic example.
Yeah, like I'm going to go down to East Branch Sugar Creek or Oil Creek. I don't say Oil Creek. But if I'm saying like, hey, let's go down and fish by the creek, that's when I'll say creek.
Oh, so yours... Okay, that's funny you say that because I honestly thought you were going to say the opposite.
No, I use them both. It just depends on the context of how I'm using it.
So if you say like the proper name, you tend to say something like Oil Creek.
Yeah.
Or Walnut Creek. You're not saying Oil Creek, Walnut Creek. See, I thought you were going to say the opposite, but I see what you're saying. You're like, if I'm thinking about it and saying the proper name, I say it properly.
Yeah, I will use creek.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Another one here. We'll do a couple more of these and move on. I gotta save one for last because this one makes me mad.
All right.
Let's see. So the one that says next door neighbor. This is another stretch for me. They're spelling it NECK, so store neighbor. That's just
your next door neighbor.
They're just spelling it out like you would in that game that you play. Like what's that game where you read different words? Yeah,
there is a board game where they actually
Mad Gab or something like that.
Yeah, and you're supposed to figure out what the word actually is based on the mashed up words.
Yeah, no one says next door neighbor. It's just next, like next door neighbor. Next, it's just they're just spelling error. Like,
right, because the NECKST sound is next.
Yeah.
That's just the literal, it's just writing out next using incorrect spelling, essentially. Next.
Yeah, no one's going to say my next door neighbor. Like, it's hard to pronounce that D right after that.
Again, right. I think this is just a process of the English language, not necessarily a Pennsylvanian thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this one, I'll do two more. I'll end with the one I hate the most. This one, huge, and they say huge. This is not a Pennsylvania thing.
I disagree with this one too. I have never said huge in my entire life.
I have heard people say huge, and I think it's weird that they pronounce the H as a Y. But even like, I think Donald Trump, I think he was even guilty. He ain't from Pennsylvania.
He was huge when it comes to huge. Yeah.
Yeah. So I call BS on that one too. Last one, proper pronunciation of it shows a scene from a courtroom, and it says lawyer. Okay.
Yeah.
The correct spelling of lawyer is Lawyer. Correct?
Yeah.
Lawyer.
Yeah. I mean,
how do you properly pronounce that word?
Well, okay. I went to the proper, because this one, when you sent this to me, this one threw me for a loop too, because I thought for a second, I was like, are they saying that Pennsylvanians put like too much accent on the loy?
Oh, I guess. Okay. So I guess people are probably curious how they're showing it here illustrated, how, quote unquote, Pennsylvanians say it. It's Loyer, lawyer.
That's what they're claiming Pennsylvanians do. But when I looked this up here, this is pretty interesting. I actually looked up to make sure that this is not just me thinking I'm off in crazy town and I've been pronouncing it wrong my entire life. The literal pronunciation is LOY.UR.
There you go. Another dumb one. No one says lawyer.
Right. Nobody says that.
No, because that's not even how it's supposed to be pronounced. It's lawyer. Exactly how they have it written out here. That apparently all of us Pennsylvanians say.
Yeah. Well, those dumb Pennsylvanians all saying lawyer.
Man. Okay. It looks like old Kyle there drove over your cornfield with his old Ford. You better get a hold of your lawyer.
Yeah, because I think picking on like the ER or UR sound at the end is completely indifferent. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're saying lawyer, that's essentially what they're making fun of, and that's not, everyone says it correctly. That's not a thing.
Yeah, watch any show on TV that deals with courtrooms, and they all say lawyer.
Yeah. What are you worried about there, Mr. Whoever put this meme together?
Yeah. Like, oh, he must be from Pennsylvania. He says lawyer. Stupid.
Like, he must be from Earth. He said lawyer.
Yeah. So, all right, well, let's keep moving on, man. Let's check out some of your Google trends. And what was the other thing you were doing again? Oh, the top selling costumes for Halloween from Amazon. That's
right. So we're going back. We're going in the Wayback Machine to 2013.
Yeah, we still got to get to our 8th grade thing too. So we got about 25 minutes.
So
we're good.
We'll pick out a couple. Yeah. Couple interesting things from this year. I'm going to start with actually consumer electronics because 2013 feels like yesterday, partially because I had some of these, and I think you might have had some of them too. Number 1 and number 2 in consumer electronics from 2013 in Google Trends is the iPhone 5S and the Samsung Galaxy S4. I definitely had an S4. In fact, the S4 was what is when I think I transitioned over to the Galaxy line of phones. Now you were an iPhone guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We've talked about this on prior episodes too. I jumped ship for a moment over to Samsung and immediately came back to iPhone.
Yeah, I heard that didn't go too well for you.
No, it didn't. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry, iPhone. Yeah, I came right back.
Like, please take me back.
Yeah, the grass was not greener. Yeah,
that was 1 and 2 in consumer electronics, which
Okay.
is not entirely surprising, because what I noticed with all these Google trends over the as we got closer to the the 2010s essentially, is that one of the top consumer electronics hits every year is whatever phone is released that year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, it's
That's
just
how
the next iteration of the the iPhone.
Yeah, like it's like unchanging now.
Yeah,
ever since 2010, it's unchanging.
Somebody put a video together online. I don't know where I saw it, probably a reel or something, but it was like they pieced together the beginning of each iPhone release for like the past like 10 years, and it was hilarious because it all starts out the exact same way.
Yeah, their marketing is very consistent.
It is, yeah. I was like, oh my god, I never really picked up on that. Like, we have the best, most incredible iPhone that we've ever made, and then the next year, like the best and most incredible iPhone we've ever made. It just kept going and going. I was like, oh my god, they just recycled the same pitch with the new iPhone name.
It is quite amusing to see Apple market, because the thing that they get made fun of a lot is for just selling the same thing with the same marketing to the same customers who will go on and on and on about how amazing this year's version is, right?
I know, and they're going on and on about the whole like USB-C thing. I am getting tired of them changing their plugs. But,
yeah, the tech that plugs into it, right?
Yeah, but like, okay, so having a USB-C port at the bottom of your iPhone now, that's fine. Like, it's great. I'll take it because I have other ones, and to me, it's a better fit into a phone.
Absolutely.
But for them to go around like kind of bragging about it was kind of funny. That like we put this new port in that Samsung's been using for the past 6 years.
Apple. That's so Apple, man. That is just me, because you and I sit on opposite ends of the spectrum on this. I am so irritated by Apple products, and that is such an Apple maneuver to put a USB-C port on their phone.
Bitch.
I know, we've had this. I know, we go back and forth this all the time, and then brag about it, right? That is so Apple.
I agree too. It's funny. Yeah, it's just don't brag about it. Just mention it like real briefly. It's like, oh, we changed the port. There you go. Or why? Like, it's a little better port. We've been hanging on this one for too long. Like, don't brag it up that it's like some revelation that like, oh, this amazing USB-C that we decided to stick on this phone. Samsung's like, hello, been doing this since the S8.
And that's not the only thing. Like, they'll put technology into their camera, like removing things from the background or changing it. And most Samsung Galaxy because we don't say anything, but we're like, yeah, I had that like 2 years ago.
That's true.
Apple has like a new version of it, so theirs is like better and bolder or whatever. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep moving on down the list though. We'll fall down the rabbit hole of phones.
I did want to mention this is kind of interesting because what was still on the list in 2013 was the BlackBerry 10. Believe it or not.
Really, that was still around 10 years ago.
Yeah, because the BlackBerry 10 was supposed to be BlackBerry's, because by this point they're getting their butts kicked, right? Like, there's no one's buying a BlackBerry by 2013. So they tried to revolutionize their phone with the 10. They tried to get back into the conversation with the 10, and it just didn't work. Like, it just didn't sell. Like, they were like, hey, we have a new BlackBerry, and nobody cared.
Do you think that do you think that the iPhone and the Samsung at the time were that much better than the BlackBerry? Or do you think that the BlackBerry had just become not cool?
I think
that was their demise.
I think you've got a combination of the second one, especially. It's just people got so removed from the BlackBerry by the time the BlackBerry 10 came along that nobody cared anymore. Like, I mean, at that point, if you were to ask me, like, well, hey, the BlackBerry 10 does everything the Samsung does, I would have been like, what? I don't care. All the software that I use is on a Galaxy now. Most of the apps I've been downloading are on there. I'm not going to go back and relearn how to use a BlackBerry. I was just past BlackBerry by that point, and I was one who owned one.
Yeah.
In the mid 2000s, I actually had BlackBerries.
Probably just comes down to user experience too. Like the Samsung and the iPhone at the time were just a better experience to use and easier. And they were both getting away from the tactile, actual physical button keyboard where BlackBerry was still hanging on to it. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, poor BlackBerry. But what else on this list as far as like what were people talking about? Like as far not technology wise.
Well, that's what I got for you right here. Nice. So unfortunately, 2013, Boston was the number one hashtag because I think 2013 was the unfortunate was the Boston bombing.
At the race or whatever it was, yeah, that was terrible. That doesn't feel like that was 10 years ago.
I know, because and when you mention that, I'm thinking, that was like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That was obviously a horrific event. And it is unfortunately the number one hashtag in 2013 because I think it was April 15th, 2013 that took place, unfortunately.
Yeah. One thing I do want to mention, not about that, but sort of in reference to it, but one thing I'm looking forward to at our end of the year episode is we did it last year and we did a recap of everything that happened in 2023 is what we'll do this year.
Yeah.
All the things we've forgotten about that have taken place in this past year.
Oh, I know. It's so easy for that it's unfortunate that list becomes long quickly.
It does because there's so many things that I forget about and that people forget about, so quickly. I think that the attention spans of people, they move on rather quickly from event to event. And like the Titan tragedy when that blew up, old news now, but it wasn't that damn long ago. So it'd be fun to kind of go back through and see all the stuff that we've, kind of put in the back burner of our minds, even just in the past 12 months. So, so continue. I'm sorry.
Well, this was also, for some reason, 2013, and I don't remember exactly why. I think it might have been one of her new singles came out. Miley Cyrus trended a lot in 2013. She was the number 4 trending hashtag in 2013 for some reason. And I think that might have been, I think her song Wrecking Ball might have come out that year.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Yeah.
Possibly.
I enjoyed that song. But
here's one. Hey, I didn't think it was bad either. I mean, it's
video was a little bizarre, but the song was good.
Yeah. Looks like she was having fun in that video.
Yeah.
I think you watched this, and no, I haven't. So everyone can go boo.
All right, what is it?
When they hear this. The number 2 hashtag was Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I haven't. I have not seen the greatness that is Breaking Bad.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to watch it at some point. Maybe that can be your winter project to get caught up.
I had my previous project with Game of Thrones, and now I'll take up a Breaking Bad project at some point.
There you go. What was another one more trending hashtag? Those are kind of fun.
Then another one was these. The rest of them are not that exciting. We have the Pope for some reason. Did we get a new Pope in 2013?
No idea.
I'm typing Pope 2013 into Google.
Yeah, what happened?
I think we must have gotten a new Pope in 2013. We must have. That has to be it.
Yeah.
Yes. March. Yes, the 12th of March 2013. The conclave was convened to elect Pope Cardinal. Well, I think he's.
Yeah, he passed away, I think, already, didn't he?
Well, Pope Benedict was succeeded by. Oh, I'm sorry, I forget what's our current Pope Francis, right? Isn't that our Pope's current name?
Yeah, I think so. Right? Yeah, because we just got another new Pope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
George, sorry, I was stumbling over this because I was looking at it and I didn't understand the name differences here. Popes take a different name when they become the Pope. The Pope's real name is George Mario, or Mario, I guess pronounced that way, Bergoglio.
Wait. They call them different. Like they'll call them like a biblical name or something.
Yes, they take on a different name when they become the Pope.
Really, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, he's not. His name isn't Francis.
Okay. I don't pay attention to the popes that much, to be honest.
I don't. I mean, I don't either.
I guess I never really put 2 and 2 together that, they all have what sounds like biblical names, I think.
Yeah, and that's what they do. That's
Yeah.
what they do. They take a saint's name or a biblical name or something, and then they carry that forward. So
Okay.
anyway, that happened in 2013.
All right. Well,
I had a question for you on the TV show side because
Yeah.
the number one Google Trend TV show in 2013 is apparently something called Under the Dome. Does that ring a bell with you?
Under the Dome.
Yeah.
Under the Dome. No, was this like a reality show?
You
Maybe?
know what? It looks like it was big. It was big in Austria, apparently. Austria, France, and Australia. Not necessarily in the United States. That was maybe why we're like, does not ring a bell with us.
I wonder what it was about. Like, I wonder if it was like a biodome, kind of a reality show. Maybe people had to live in a dome. I don't know. Interesting.
Well, how about number 2? Defiance. Did you ever watch Defiance?
No, I did not.
I did not either. But it was big in the United States and Canada in 2013.
Okay.
So, and then of course there's all the other things that happened in 2013, but that would take another hour to go through.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We got to keep this like 10 minutes. So
yeah, right.
But let's talk real quick about maybe the top like 5 purchased Amazon Halloween costumes. These are for adults or just in general?
So I actually can mix it up. So we got the best selling costumes from Amazon this year, and they separate it by total list. They go kids and babies, men and women. So we could go any angle we want here.
Okay.
So let's just go.
Let's do top 3 men, top 3 women.
All right.
No offense to babies and children, but I think I'm more curious to see what the adults are dressing up as.
No, number 1, and I'm guilty as charged because I already own one from last year. Inflatable dinosaur costume.
Those are fantastic, though.
They are fantastic. And if you don't own one, I think you should own one.
Yeah, just even for fun. Yeah, because like, dude, I think we talked about this last Halloween. With anytime I see a video of somebody doing anything in a T-Rex inflatable, it's just so funny.
It's hilarious.
It is.
It's just funny.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I'm wearing mine again this year.
Good. Yeah, I hope so. Skateboarding, trampolining, like it's just all hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you see one fall over doing something. That's even better.
Get all bent or like the funniest thing don't try this at home, please. But people will get in their car and hang the head out the window.
Oh no.
Right? I've seen videos of that. Don't do that around people, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, I bet it is. All right, what's another one?
But number 2 is the Harry Potter Deluxe Wizarding World house-themed robe for adult.
Okay, that's the number 2 seller.
For men, yeah.
Okay.
So it goes from dinosaur to Harry Potter. I feel like Harry Potter's having like some kind of resurgence this year because this is not the only list. Some of the other lists have Harry Potter stuff on it too. Well,
the HBO is making the Harry Potter series that's coming out, like I think next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're already committing to a 10 season series on Harry Potter. Did you know about this?
10 season?
Yeah, 10 years they're gonna be they're gonna film this.
Oh, jeez. Whenever I hear that, I'm always like, really? 10 years?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are kind of annoyed with it because it's basically a series about like the same story we've all seen throughout the movies, which I'm sure will be interesting. It would be fun to watch it all in series form. But I think a lot of Harry Potter fans would have appreciated perhaps some of the backstories that we never got to see. Like Snape's backstory or Dumbledore. Like the early days, which I think they did do movies on those. I can't remember what they're called, but I'm sure I think those exist. But I don't know.
Origin stories?
No, it's called something like the.
Okay.
God, I cannot remember the name of them. I'm pretty sure though I haven't watched them yet, but I think that's what those are about. Which would have been cool. But I guess if you're going to draw people in, probably people are going to be more inclined to watch Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And maybe they made that decision based on, the analytics of, how many people actually watched the other movies I was talking about that I can't remember the name of.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
Maybe they didn't get a big enough draw and they're like, yeah, we better not do that. So I don't know.
It is what it is. I guess we'll see if it sucks or not.
Yeah, but maybe that's why the Potter costumes are kind of making a resurgence.
Well, they're certainly on here.
Yeah. What's the third men's costume?
Number 3 with men the Ken wig from the new Barbie movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And it's such a simple costume. It's just, I got my wig, got my Ken wig, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Because almost any outfit you put on can be a Ken outfit.
See, I assume Ken would have been, like 1 or 2 with the, with the Barbie movie that came out. So what, out of curiosity, what is number 4?
It is a large, not large, but it is a black hooded robe.
Oh, that's okay. Whatever.
It's very neutral, very neutral. Giant black hooded robe.
Maybe it's leaning more towards like the Harry Potter look or something.
It very well could be a lot of stuff or any other costume that needs a black hooded robe.
Yeah. Okay.
Halloween.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Maybe being a Death Eater.
Yeah. I mean, it's Halloween, that thing could fit with anything.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the girl side of things. Let's start with,
right.
I want to start with number 3 and we'll go up and see what the number 1 is.
All right. This is, okay, ready?
Yeah.
Number 3 in women, Harry Potter deluxe robe set.
What? My God.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, I mean, it makes sense. People are going as, wait. Okay, I guess, yeah, they're probably going as like Hermione or something.
I mean, because they all wear.
They all wear the robes.
I don't even like Harry Potter, but they all dress the same when they're at the school, right?
Similar, yeah.
Right, men and women at the school don't dress that much differently.
No.
At least that's the way I understand it. Right, it's similar.
Yeah, they all wear like the uniforms. Girls wear the skirts, like Catholic school.
Right. Yeah, it's basically magic Catholic school.
Right. All right, what's number 2?
Number 2 is essentially a copy of of the blonde Barbie wig.
Okay, all right, making sense. Yeah, I figured that was
so
on
we've probably got a lot of couples who are going as Ken and Barbie. Mm-hmm. So thus the man buys his wig, the woman buys her blonde wig, and off they go.
Yeah.
All right.
Last year I saw a friend of mine on Facebook. Her and her boyfriend dressed up for Halloween, and she dressed up as Zach Baggins.
Okay.
From Ghost Adventures. Dude, it was so hilarious.
I don't even know. What is that?
You never watch Ghost Adventures?
No.
No, I guess it's not that funny to you then.
No,
he just has a very specific look, and when I saw her dressed up like that, it made me laugh. But sorry, go ahead, continue. Well,
number 1 in women is kind of interesting because no, it is not an inflatable T-Rex, okay? Which is funny because that costume steers so well towards men, mm-hmm. right? The inflatable T-Rex costume. Women, on the other hand, though, for some reason, whatever the reason may be, the number 1 is the adult jumpsuit plushie. It's basically like an adult soft plushie with one eyeball on the hood.
Okay.
So it's like it's a one eyeball monster essentially, but it's like a big yellow soft plushy monster thing.
I wonder if Amazon just doesn't have the inventory or the selection to really gauge what people are dressing up as, because this just seems weird to me, honestly. Like, I think like we should maybe.
It could be right. It could be just because Amazon can't support all the costumes people want. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like that's an odd number 1, because like with all the things that trend out there, movies and TV shows and whatnot, that's number 1. Like, I wonder like what, like the Spirit Halloween store, if their list of top sellers is different than Amazon's, because they're going to have, and that's what they do. So they're going to have like a massive variety of like specific costumes. Like they'll sell like Ace Ventura, costumes and, whatnot like this. So we may want to look into that again at some point, maybe before Halloween gets here, just out of curiosity, to see if that list is any different.
It is okay. Also, it's 10:15. So the list could shift by the time Halloween rolls around. It might shift a little bit.
Yeah. Bunch of procrastinators.
However, I think Amazon though, I mean, for whatever reason, even if it's wrong, quote unquote, in terms of like a global scale, it's still kind of interesting that 1 and 2 on the women's side are just like these like totally different objects, right?
Yeah.
It's one's like a plushy monster with one eye and the other one's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And both of them sit on number 1 on top of men and women. It's kind of almost just an interesting artifact in the data.
Yeah. Maybe we'll take a look and see if it drastically shifts, and maybe we'll talk about it then. But if not, we won't bring it up again. But yeah, all right, let's move on to the last bit of the show, which is, are you dumber than an 8th grader this week?
That's right. Do we need like an intro for this?
Yeah,
Do you have an intro for this?
Nah, we're too far in now to even bother. we should have planned ahead.
We needed like one of those like game show intros for this.
Oh, I think we do have a game show thing on here. I bet I can find it. Here we go. Here's something that says game show. That's the old one. All right, here we go. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. We used this before for something else, but here we go. Are you dumber than an 8th grader?
Probably.
I think the end of the game
that.
show music's even better. Welcome back to another edition of Are You Dumber Than an 8th Grader?
Oh, I like that. Coming back from commercial break. It's perfect.
Yes. That thing's great. All right.
Let's see if Dave is dumber than an 8th grader.
Man, we should have been using that the whole time.
I know. Okay, from now on.
Okay.
When we get to high school, we're using that.
Okay. All right, you want me to read first, or do you want to read first?
I'll read first.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a mix. You have a mix of 8th grade relevant questions. I'm going to try to keep them grouped together
All right.
with their categories, but let me get started.
All right, here we go. I'm nervous.
All right. You're also I've tried to keep most of them to multiple choice as well.
Thanks.
Too. So anyway, 8th grade question. This is a grammar question. Identify this type of sentence, and the sentence is she sings beautifully.
Okay.
Is that sentence A, interrogative, B, declarative, or C, imperative?
I'm going to go out on a whim, and I'm going to say B.
B is correct.
Yes.
Yes. Nice, dude. Nice job. I thought that was good. That was definitely a tougher one.
Not because I remembered that. It's the only one that kind of made sense. Okay.
Yeah, right. You're basically declaring something, right?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
All right.
All right. What's the next question?
I've got which sentence is written in the active voice? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A is the ball was kicked by John. B is John kicked the ball. Or C is the ball was being kicked.
Active. Okay. So I'm going to say C was B. And that's maybe past tense.
You need your final answer.
What were the first two again, real quick? I'm sorry.
A is the
John?
ball was kicked by John.
Okay. I'm going to say B.
B, John kicked the ball is correct.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Nice job.
Thanks.
Nice. Two out of 2 so far.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to mark down your answers this time. All right. Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
What is the superlative form of the adjective good? A is well. B is best. C is goodest.
I'm going to say best.
The answer is B, best.
Nice.
Another one. You're killing the 8th grade, man.
Yeah, and I do not tout myself as a grammar expert.
As an 8th grader?
As an 8th grader. Oh, my God. Okay, all right, continue.
All right. Question number 4.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting into history now. History. I know you love history. Here we go. Question number 4. The Renaissance. We're off to a good start, right? The Renaissance was a period known for advancements in which areas? A, science and technology. B, art and learning. C, agriculture and trade. Or D, military strategy and conquest.
I'm going to say B.
You are correct.
Yes.
He nails it. Yes. Yes. You're killing it, man.
Okay. I'm Googling as fast as I can here.
I know.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm like,
could you spell Renaissance again, please?
Did you say R-E-N what? All right.
Yeah. Science. How do you spell science? All right. Question number, I think this is number 5 for you. Let me see.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Or it's either 5 or 6.
Well, you've nailed them all so far. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 1. Sorry. I scrolled too far. Sorry. Okay, ready? Here we go. Question number 6. During the American Revolutionary War, which country provided significant military support to the American military
support
to the American colonists? Was it A, France, B, Spain, C, Britain, or D, Germany?
I am between A and C. I'm going to say A, France.
You are correct.
Yes, nice. Okay.
Killing it again. And that is, sorry, that was your fifth question,
okay,
by the
right.
way.
Dude, I'm doing pretty good in the 8th grade. Not bad. I don't want to jinx myself yet.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
All right. Question number 6. The Boston Tea Party, a significant event leading to the American Revolution, occurred in response to what? Here are your 4 choices. A tax on tea imposed by the British government. B, a shortage of tea in the American colonies. C, a surplus of tea in the American colonies. Or D, a tea shortage in Britain.
I think it had to do with the taxes on the tea. Isn't it A?
You have killed it again.
Right.
Nice job. Man.
I hope people enjoy this segment.
8th grade I think 8th grade's where you belong.
Maybe. Yeah. High school's going to be rough. All right, but go ahead.
Yeah. All right. We'll both start bombing out there. Question number, I think this is 7 for you. The Berlin Wall, which separated East and West Berlin during the Cold War, fell in which year? A, 1961, B, 1979, C, 1989, or D, 1993?
Poof. It was when the Berlin Wall fell. I feel like it was in the, what were the 80s options again?
It was, you only have one 80s option, and it's 1989.
I feel like it was in the 80s. Maybe. I'm going to say 89.
The answer is C, 1989.
Yes, nice, dude.
Killing it. Wow.
Oh, my God. I would have never guessed it specifically, but I had to just narrow that one down because I thought it was in the 80s, so there you go.
Fantastic.
Look at me go.
Right. I'm super impressed. Okay, this next one, challenging. I'm going to tell you right now, this one's going to be tough. This is question number 8.
Great.
The Industrial Revolution began in which country during the late 18th century? Was it A, France, B, the United States, C, Russia, or D, the United Kingdom?
That's a tough one. I feel like, Russia was always pretty advanced, even before some of the stuff. So I'm gonna say Russia. Uh-oh.
The answer is, I'm sorry,
son of a bitch.
What was it?
And it wasn't the United States either. Most historians give credit to the Industrial Revolution to have begun in the United Kingdom.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I didn't know.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I would have got that either. So I don't blame you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I missed one so far.
It's okay. We're into science now.
Oh,
Question
boy.
number 9.
All right. Here we go.
Science. What is the force that opposes the motion of objects in contact with each other? Is it A, inertia, B, gravity, C, friction, or D, velocity?
Friction.
That is correct. He nails it.
Easy one there. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That was a little bit of a slow pitch there,
A little blooper for me. I'll take it.
All right. Which subatomic particle is negatively charged? Is it the proton, the neutron, the electron, or the photon?
I think it's the electron. No.
Is that your final? I'm not telling you either way. Is that your final answer?
Okay, so you got neutron. That's the neutral one. But wait, is the neutron? The neutron might be negatively. I think the neutron's negatively charged, or is it neutrally charged? He's neither.
You got to pick one.
I know.
It's not a trick question. I promise you, it's not a trick question. There is a negatively charged particle.
I'm gonna say the neutron.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What was it?
Should have gone with your gut.
Was it electron?
Yep.
Damn it.
However, you 80%.
I feel like you tricked me. You're like, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, I must be wrong.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have played with your mind like that. But regardless, you absolutely crushed the 8th grade. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay, I'll take it. That's more than passing. I did it. Okay.
And I think the ones that you missed, if I could just give you some credit, were definitely not like they weren't softballs.
Right. I should have got that last one. I kind of had the last one.
You kind of had the last one. So if anything, the teacher gave you an 8.5.
There you go. I'll take it. Okay. All right, Joe. So for your 10 questions, which are in no order as far as categories go.
All right. Excellent. I'm ready.
Number 1. You have 0 multiple choice, by the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. So number 1, what is the Oh, what is the top number of a fraction called?
Numerator.
That is correct. Well done, sir.
Yes.
Question number 2. What fish has no heart or brain?
Starfish.
I'll give you one.
Oh.
I'll give you one more guess since I'm not giving you any multiple choice.
Okay. So it's not, but it's not. Oh. No heart and no brain.
I'll give you a hint. This does not look like a fish at all.
Jellyfish.
There you go. That's correct. I didn't know they had like, neither. I guess they're just all just electrical, impulses.
They are quite an interesting creature.
Yeah. Okay. So question number 3, which planet has a day that lasts almost 8 Earth months long? I mean, I can give you multiple choice. It's either going to be A, Mars, B, Jupiter, or C, Venus.
I think I'm going to go with my gut on this one.
Spins extraordinarily slow.
I believe it's Venus.
That is correct.
Yes. All right.
You got me with I'll give you multiple choice out of 8.
I know, right? You already get multiple choice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Like, is it Mercury versus Enith? Yeah, you just keep going. Okay, so let's say Enith.
Enith.
So number 4. Number 4. Okay, so how often does the moon orbit the Earth? I will give you 3 options.
Okay.
A, 24 days. B, 27 days. Or C, 31 days.
Oh, okay. This is tough. Okay. Okay, so I want to say 24, but I'm afraid it might be 27. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to go with my original.
No.
24?
No.
No, I missed that one.
Right.
I can't take it. Was it 27?
It's 27. I'm like, stick with it. That was tough. I should have made it extreme, but like two days.
Off at 27. I was gonna say 27.
I know. I didn't mean to chase you off of it. you were leaning towards 24, and I'm like, ooh, no.
That's okay. That's a tougher one.
I should have spread them out. Been like 2 days, 27 days, or 197.
Or 180.
Yeah. All right. So okay, this one here, not going to be multiple choice.
Okay.
But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 answers. I'm looking for 4 of them.
Okay, so I have to get half of them.
You should be able to get half of these.
Okay.
What are the phases of the moon?
Waning, waxing, new moon, full moon.
That's enough.
Yes.
Yep. The answers are new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, I think it is.
Okay.
Full moon, waning, third quarter, and waning crescent.
Nice. So I got them.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 4 of them.
Full and new were on there, right? You said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
New, full, waxing, waning. Yeah. That's all I needed. Those are probably the only ones I would have also guessed.
I mean, yeah, it's the ones I hear the most.
Yeah. All right. Next question. This one actually is a spinoff of a prior question, which was the largest organ in the body was the skin.
Right.
This one is, what is the largest internal organ in the human body? I'll give you, if you think you know it, I'll let you have it. But if you want 3 choices, I'll give you 3.
Largest internal organ. Give me 3.
Okay.
I gave you multiple choice. I want multiple choice as well on this one.
Okay. Options are A, liver, B, lungs, or C, heart.
Okay. See, liver and lungs is going to make it difficult. Because just of the mass because of the mass of them, I think would be doubled. Trying to think about this logically. I'm going to go with the lungs.
That is incorrect.
Oh, is it the liver?
It is the liver. I did not know that either. I would 100% guess lungs on that one.
Darn it. Okay.
All right, so
that's a good question, though. Like, I really had to think about that. And I'm like, oh, well, the lungs are probably, because I kind of thought of a liver as like one lung, essentially the size is like one lung.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess when you think about it too, when you see like pictures of like, a liver, when someone's like, here's holding a liver. It's rather big. It is big.
It's big. Yeah.
All right. Question number 7. What What were the main causes of the French Revolution in the 18th century? If you guess one of these three they have listed, I will give it to you.
Okay.
You have to guess one. I only have three answers that they gave me, and they're all correct. So you have to, can you take a shot in the dark and try and get one of these three they have listed?
My understanding of the French Revolution is, and I don't know if you're going to take this as an answer, it was a social uprising against like against the rulers and the wealthy class of France. I mean, the French Revolution was bloody and brutal.
You pretty much got the whole answer, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says the main causes of the French Revolution included social inequity, economic hardship, and political disconnect. Actually sounds kind of familiar right now.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, number... Oh, crap. I think I only found 9. Well, I guess you're getting 9. Okay. This is question number 8. What is the name of the shape with 6 sides?
Wait, hold on a second. A hexagon.
That's correct.
Okay, I was like a pentahexagon.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, whoops, wait. I'm like, that's got 5.
Because the penta is 5. Penta is 5. Hexa is 6.
Yeah. Okay. Last question, because I can't count. Question number 9. What scale of 0 to 14 is used to measure acidity or alkalinity?
Oh, that's the pH scale.
That is correct. Yes, with no multiple choice. Well done, sir. All right, so you missed 2 out of 9 because I forgot to get a 10th question.
So I'll take it.
You passed.
I passed.
All right, Joe. We are on to the high school next episode. We got 2 more episodes of Are You Dumber Than? Next week's gonna be 10th. Next episode after that will be 12th, and we're gonna be done with this. Hopefully you're enjoying it.
See if we can graduate high school.
I know. I hope so.
4 out of 10.
Excuse me. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for tuning in for another one, and we'll see you next Monday.
Talk to you next time.